Today we're going to look at Canva text effects. So we'll begin with Canva's inbuilt text effects. We'll also then go on to look at a few of the apps available and what they can do, and then we'll look into Canva's graphics library and see what we can find there as well. So we'll begin with the standard text effects in Canva. So on this canvas here I've got one word, amazing, and these are some of the different text effects that you can get from Canva very simply. So just click on your text, then go to effects, and then here we have these different effects available: shadows, lift, hollow, splice, etc. So you can see some of these here. We've got the shadow effect, and when we click on this one you can see that I've clicked on shadow. You can change the offset of the shadow, you can change the direction of the shadow, you can change the transparency, so if it comes up dark like this or light, and you can change the color as well. So you could have a yellow shadow, blue shadow, etc., any color you wanted. Then we have lift, and that adds some shadow behind the text so that you can see it lifted up from the page. So that goes from 0 to 100 there. If you want to have even more of a lift than this, you can simply duplicate the text and layer it on top, and that will make this background even darker and make the text stand out more. There's the hollow effect, then there's splice, and here we have another render of the word behind the outline here. So you can change the offset of that, you can change the thickness of the green outline, and if you change the color of the text up here, that will change the outline color. So you can have orange, yellow, purple, etc., whatever you want. And down here you can change the color of the backdrop. This one is a simple outline. You can change the color of the outline and just change the text color if you want a different fill section. This one is echo, so you get essentially 3 copies of the text behind the original text, and again you can change the color here so that you've got a different colored echo. The glitch effect, you can change the colors down here, you can change the offset, you can change the direction. And then we have the neon effect, and so by changing the color of the text you can have different versions of that text, and you can change the intensity as well. So the higher, the whiter the text will appear, and the lower, the more of the text natural color you'll see coming through. This one here is the background effect. So you can see that you can change the transparency of that background. You can also change the color of the background. And finally we have the curve text here, and you can change that one way or the other. You can also go up to the text button here and change the spacing of the letters, wider or thinner. So they're the basic effects in Canva. You can also add animation to these, so you can click on the text and go to animation, and there are different ways that you can cause the text to appear on the screen. Now we're going to look at some of the apps that are available to give text effects in Canva. So this one here is from an app called typography. So if you go over to the app section at the side of the screen and type in type gradient, this one comes up here, and then in this box down here you can change the writing. Let's just type in gradient for now, and we can change the type of the gradient, and you can move it around on the screen. Again with this one you can change the gradient angle, and if you want to change the gradient colors, they're down here. So you can change these 3 colors, and you can also move them around, and you'll see up here what the text then looks like. So you can pull this over or pull it this way to allow more pink, less pink. Change the color of that dot there, we could change it to green. You can change any of these colors in the same way. But what you can also do is by clicking on the space in between, you can add another color. So click here, for example, and then choose a pink color, and then you can see back at the top how that's changed. You can change the type, font, like that, and when you're ready you can just click update element and it'll appear here. You can also, when you're doing some new text, you can just click add element button and it'll bring that text in as well. Now we'll go for another app which is called Type Lettering. There's this one here. And there are lots of different types of text that you can have here. So we'll choose this one, for example, and you can change this text. Down here is where you'll find the colors, so we can change this to perhaps a green background. You could change the light blue text to black. You could change the background to orange, for example. Lots of different ways that you could use this. You can also change the font here again, so it looks very different. And then add to design, and you can add that into the design that you have. So one final app for this video is going to be Typecraft. So go to apps, put in Typecraft. It's this one here. Again, your text is here. So type in whatever you want to type. Change the font. You can change the color. And then there are some warp effects that you can use here. So some presets basically is what these are. But if you want to change the effect, you go to edit shape, and then this section will come up. And firstly there's the distort button here, and you can pull these around to distort the text how you want it to be. Also there's some mirror effects here, so this button in the middle will put a mirror down the middle so that what you do on this side will happen on the opposite side. Again, if you use this mirror, it puts one across the middle, so what you do on this side will be reflected on the other side. Go to Bezier. This allows you to give a bit of a wobble and shape to the writing. You can have some waveforms. And then on this shape there are some different set shapes here that you can put the text into. You can change the font scale to make it bigger or smaller. And again, once you're done with these, you can just add to design. So finally, for some Canva text effects, we're going to go into graphics. So we'll go to elements, and then we can type in, let's go for letter G. Go to graphics, and you'll see there's lots of different types of lettering here. Now, you may not want the letter G, or you may want other letters to go with it. So when you find a style that you like, hover over it, click on the three dots, and you may be able to say view collection, which will give you every letter in that style and numbers as well. The other thing you could do is hover over one and say see more like this. So if there's not a view collection button, just click see more like this, and you'll probably get a lot of the same collection come up. View collection on this one, and you can just click on these and arrange the letters how you want them to go. And you can also change the colors up here too, to whatever you prefer them to be. So we'll find this grass text. Again, at the top here, type in grass text. And here we can click on the dot, say view collection, and then we have some grass text that we can put in and resize as you want to. So this is just some examples of how to find text effects in Canva. And so I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. Please do subscribe to the channel to learn more about Canva.